breakdown. Widener Park Disc Golf Course, Chi-Li, New York, par 58, 7,214 feet. And we have veteran baskets. And of course, this was the home of the 1999 PDGA World Championships, where Ron Russell took down Ken Climo. Let's get into it. Hole 1, 335, par 3. You're going to go wide hyzer around that tree right or turn over left. The drone is flying over a pond swamp area, which places OB. There's also OB left and right and long along the road and the property line. The turnover shot is looking to hit this gap where the drone is flying through. The big hyzer shot will be coming in from camera right and hopefully digging right into the circle. It's a good par to get. Even better, birdie. Start your round with a birdie. You'll thank me for it. Hole 2, 335, par 3. Woodline left OB. Creek right OB. It is a straight penetrating shot. You really want to avoid this willow and get under the branches, making it kind of like a low ceiling toward the middle of the flight. You don't want to hyzer out into these pines left because it kind of really pinches you off. As you approach the green here, it is protected by this fence and one last pine tree. You can see the creek sweeps around to the back of the basket. A great drive makes it to the fence. A really good drive makes it to the green. This is a great birdie to get. I believe there's also OB long of the basket. Hole 3, 274, par 3. OB woodline left and woodline long marked with stakes. This is just a big hyzer shot. You could throw a flat to stall and drop, or you go hyzer. The tee shot kind of pinches you off. If you don't have that big power, you're kind of throwing up here to the middle for this left or right gap. And just avoiding these two pine trees. It's kind of an easy par to get, but you got to have the power for the big hyzer 2 shot. You can see that wood line all along the left and back all plays as OB. So when you go for the big hyzer, don't overdo it because you could pretty quickly find yourself outside the circle putting for 3. 4, 346, par 3. This is the first of 3 holes where you throw over the same creek. You're trying to penetrate straight here, heading toward that tiny gap. In the winter, there is a big, massive hyzer line that kind of pinches off in the summer. Generally, you're just trying to get past this creek into this knoll where the disc golfers are. The big mistake here is hyzering out left into this patch right here or not making it to the opening. I've heard there's a mythical forehand flex shot. I've never seen it. Really good drives make it up here to the green, but it's almost impossible. Once you get over here, it's pretty easy. You could pretty quickly get a bogey here, but a par is really, really nice. The 2's almost not happening. Hole 5, 335, par 3, back over that creek, which is obviously OB. Also OB in the property line long. It's pretty close to the basket. Most players are trying to hit this gap, hoping not to hit a tree and kick down at the pond. I have heard the mythical stories of people going over this tree line, but that just seems silly. Low power arm is going to get right at somewhere about here. Someone with more power is going to try to get all the way to the pin. It is slightly uphill, so you kind of got to juice it. It is pretty wide open. Easy 3 to get, good 2 to get. There's the basket, nestled up right in the woods. And that's pretty much it. Hole 6, 543 feet. It is a par 4. We're throwing back over that creek. A little bit of a kind of a pond there. That's OB, obviously. Once you make the bend, wood line left all the way past the pin is OB as well. Lower power arm is just trying to make the creek here. A bigger arm is to throw it high with something that really dumps left, and the farther left you get, the better. Once you get out here to the fairway, there's a lot of trees, a lot of little stuff. You have to kind of hope you get into a good landing zone. From here, you have 3 potential routes, left, right, and center. Drone is going to go through the center. You're just really trying to avoid these trees and get over to the green. The green is perched up on the basket, so even if you get here, the putt can be a little bit dangerous. It could roll away. And there it is. You can see the OB line behind it. This is it's a pretty gettable 4, and the 3 is actually pretty decent to get if you have the arm. 7, 365, par 3. This is a fun one. It's a huge turnover. possible roller, or if you have a mash beforehand, the air shot has to go straight and then gently start moving toward the right. There is an opening to get to the green, so if you overturn it, you'll end up in the pine and the shrubs right. If you fade out early, go in the pines left. If you punch the gap, there is an OB Creek swamp right behind the basket, behind that big tree there. This is a really good one to get. You got to mash it. I actually really like the roller play on this. Hole 8, 206, par 3, no OB. This is kind of like the signature hole of the front 9. Back in the day when they had the 99 Worlds here, this hole looked so easy because none of these trees were grown in. Now that they're here, it's tough. So you have this straight kind of flip up, turn, putter shot. You can go forehand out wide left and let it crash between these pines. Either way, the pin's up on this double mound, making the putt pretty tough. This is a nice 2 to get. You got to be really touchy with it. It's a good hole. I like it. Rounding out the front 9, we have hole 9, 384, par 3. It is a mash, and you have to penetrate really, really straight if you want to get it, or you're kind of laying up. Don't pull it right because this wood line, that just grabs everything. If you come out early or hyzer out, the pine on the screen left will kind of really, really pinch you off. Once you get up to here, you got to stay center or you're pretty much screwed. A good drive ends up right about this fence. A really good drive makes it all the way past this fence. It just keeps tunneling, keeps tunneling. There's OB Creek around the right and the back of the basket all the way around. So be careful with your approach. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. That was the front 9. Widener Park, Chi-Li, New York, in the Rochester greater area. Watch for that back 9 video. And like it.